This video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. Back in 2019, I made a video where I picked up the old PS2 controller and played some classic games that I hadn't touched in years. I hit up Sly Cooper, everyone's favorite Simpsons game, and of course Tony Hawk's Underground. These were all games that I played heavy when I was younger, and they brought back a ton of memories. But we all know that little Robokast didn't only play those 3 games. I may have lived in the middle of nowhere, but that didn't stop me from going to the game store and getting new games. I would hop on my BMX bike and ride my way over to Rhino Game Store to pick up the latest and greatest titles. Whether it was the over-the-hedge game on the Nintendo DS or MX vs ATV on the PS2, you bet I'd be in line to buy the latest releases. Wait, what? You're telling me that a new game is anywhere between $45 and $60? What is wrong with this world? That's like a year's worth of work. Well, I guess I'll settle for the used game section then. And that's exactly what I did. So, when it was 2008 and GTA 4 was coming out, I was not playing it at launch. I mean, I was even a whole console behind at this point. But don't worry, I still got the amount of carjacking prostitution action that all young kids should endure. I had Vice City and San Andreas. Point is, I did end up playing a lot of different games on the PS2 since I was buying them all used for fairly cheap. So because of this, and because of the fact that I've been stuck at home lately since I broke my leg, I figured it was time to revisit even more of these childhood PS2 games that started my journey into gaming. And we're going to be doing just that in today's video, revisiting popular PS2 games in 2020. Revisiting old games is fun and innocent, but having your personal information flowing out to the masses is not. When you're using public Wi-Fi, for example, it's a goldmine for hackers. So that's why I now protect myself with Surfshark, the sponsor of today's video. Surfshark is a VPN, which is a tool that's used to guarantee online safety by encrypting your data to hide your personal info from the public. And this one's actually different from the other VPNs that you hear all over YouTube. With Surfshark, one account gives you unlimited access on an unlimited number of devices, even on consoles. Keep your data private while you're playing games, protect your online identity, and even block unwanted trackers and malware while browsing the internet. If you're interested, sign up today by clicking the link in the description and using code ROBOCAST for 83% off and an extra free month. And on top of this, you get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's literally no reason not to check it out. Now back to the video. When you think of a company that consistently makes high-quality games, what company comes to mind? One of the first ones that I think of personally is Rockstar Games. Rockstar Games sets the precedent for developing large, interesting, and overall good games. Pretty much every single one of their releases has been a critical success. But before the days of super realistic titles such as Red Dead 2 that take hundreds of millions of dollars and countless years to develop, Rockstar was on the grind. They were releasing multiple games every single year, and each of these games were still outstanding. I mean, in the span from 2001 to 2005, Rockstar releases Max Payne, GTA 3, GTA Vice City, Midnight Club 2, Max Payne 2, Red Dead Revolver, and San Andreas. And this isn't even counting the less popular titles that they released around this time as well. This is the era when Rockstar Games earned this reputation that they have today, and one of the defining games that helped to do this was GTA Vice City, one of the most memorable games from my PS2 days. Set in 1986 in the city of, basically Miami, Vice City had a great story. It followed a man named Tommy Vercetti, who's sent to Vice City by his crime family boss, Sonny Forelli. If these aren't Italian mafia names, then I don't know what is. Anyways, Tommy's there to do some illegal business, if you know what I'm talking about. He's there to set up an illegal lemonade stand without a permit. Joke's on you, YouTube bots, I'm not getting demonetized today. Anyways, he goes to buy the, ingredients for this lemonade stand, and the deal doesn't go very well. There's a shootout, 3 of the people involved die, and the ingredients and money from the deal are taken. The first part of this game is you playing as Tommy, working to get both of these things back. Obviously, the story takes its turns, and there's some plot twists later on, but we're not actually going to be going into depth about the entire story. Loading up the game for the first time since I owned a PS2 was a nostalgic trip down memory lane. We get the Rockstar logo with the sound of the beach in the background, followed by the second intro sequence with the smash hit Video Killed the Radio Star playing in the background. If that doesn't speak 1980s Miami, then I don't know what does. But that was just the start, and when the starting game credits came on, I instantly smiled. You know it's going to be a good game when the credits are shown in the beginning and not the end. From here, it gets into the story with a long cutscene and then the game begins. It was now time to barely play the missions and just mess around the whole time. I mean, I did do a few missions to get the game rolling, but my main goal here was to play exactly like I would have back in the day. So I did the missions, questioned why every single character has really bad arthritis, and began to unleash the chaos. There was nothing that beats vibing to classic Latin music while being in a high-speed car chase in a cheetah that you just stole from an unsuspecting victim, and then stealing a cop car to catch some high-quality slow-motion stunt air just to get arrested. So I did some missions and eventually stole my third favorite in-game vehicle, the BF Injection, which somehow started out like this and eventually became this. That's like the equivalent of the Ford GT eventually becoming this, but don't ask. I loved how in the old GTA games, when you took a car, a billion other cars of the same kind would just slowly start replacing all of the other ones. It's like the people saw how cool Tommy Vercetti was in his beach buggy, so the whole town slowly got beach buggies where they can be that cool. I rode out in style to the next few missions until I got the one where I brutally destroyed some people's cars. Oh my god, some guy's destroying my car with a hammer that just fell out of the truck behind me carrying a bunch of hammers. Oh no, what am I gonna do? How am I possibly gonna escape this situation? Let me just run away instead of using the car I was literally sitting in with my hands at 10 and 2 for 10 minutes. The next mission after this though was amazing. This was when I got my second favorite vehicle in game. The one, the only, Pizza Moped. Some people like supercars, but the Pizza Moped is the most superior vehicle ever made. There's nothing like pulling up to beat up a bunch of grizzly construction workers on your beautiful pepperoni-wrapped scooter. And if you still don't believe me, let me demonstrate the pure power of this sexy vehicle. Gaining speed, adjusting angle, and oh yeah, it's time to fly. It's okay, it may have been a vehicle that you can only get like once in the entire game, but we still had one option. Our number one vehicle. Oh yeah. Okay, that was not my fault. Second try's a charm, baby. What, you have a pink one? Oh no, you will not be allowed to drive a superior color caddy. I'm gonna have to take that. Get back here. I will catch you, so stop running. Sir, stop the vehicle or I'm gonna use force. You asked for it.
That's illegal, sport.
Oh, Mr. Red Guy, you wanna join in too? You really wanna go? You will not get away with this. Alright, now it's time to go in with some strategy. I have a grudge now, and I don't even want your golf cart. So if I don't get it, then nobody gets it. In fact, nobody gets any golf cart besides me. Hey ladies, you wanna hop in my caddy? No? You sure? Come on, it's super nice. It's the hottest car of the year. But after this crazy adventure, I played through the game for quite a bit more. I'm not going to show it all in the video because we do have more games to cover, but it was fun. I enjoyed playing Vice City much more than I expected to. I love the arcadey, fast-paced vibe of this game, and I think that's why I enjoyed it so much. Realism is cool and all, but I honestly like stuff like this a lot more. I play video games to escape life for a bit. Sometimes I don't feel like dealing with hunger and regeneration and stamina and temperature and grooming my horse and making sure my character eats a well-balanced breakfast and calls his grandma to check in. Sometimes I just want to play a video game and drift away from my responsibilities for a bit. Because of this, I'd have to say that Vice City is without a doubt one of my favorite GTA games of all time. I wish Rockstar could go back and make some more casual arcadey games and not so many realistic $100 million online focused titles. But that's just me because I like arcadey games. I'm not saying these other games are bad, I'm just saying my personal preferences lean towards a little bit more chill games. Speaking of arcadey chill games, let's go back to 2007. You just got home from school and you're not about to start doing your homework until your parents get home. So you rush to your room, pull out the PS2, and hop on Smackdown vs. Raw 2007, the most epic wrestling game of all time. You hear Money in the Bank playing as you load up the menu, and you hop into a quick match with your favorite wrestler. Ah, the days of good wrestling games. Smackdown vs. Raw 2007 was a great game. Published by THQ, it was one of the most comprehensive and feature-heavy wrestling games ever made at the time. It was the first one with analog control, and there were a ton of different game modes to play. There were regular matches, tag teams, steel cages, bar brawl fights, and so much more. It was pretty well received too, and the game got a cult-like following. But honestly, I kinda forgot it existed, and I figured I needed to give it a try. So I hopped into a quick match without even glancing an eye at how to play the game. It had been so long that I couldn't even tell you what the controls were, but who cares? It's a quick match, so I'm sure it'll be easy. I'm gonna play as Rey Mysterio, and just to warm up, I'm gonna pick a featherweight female opponent. This should be an easy dub. Oh yeah, here I come, this is gonna be a piece of cake. Candice, you don't stand a chance. Okay, it's been 17 minutes and the match is still going on. Okay. Well, you know what, Candice, I'll give you this one. Turns out Rey Mysterio was not good enough to take on any opponents, especially Candice. You know it wasn't me. I blame it on the character. I knew what needed to be done though. If I want to stand a chance against anyone in the ring, I'm gonna have to pull off some genetic engineering and create a wrestling superstar unlike no other. Introducing the one, the only, Harold Meat Sauce. Weighing in at approximately 100 pounds, this 5'3" beast of a human can take on anyone. You may notice that the only muscle group he's ever hit is his chest, but there's a reason for that. Striking this monstrosity in the chest is like punching a steel beam. He will not flinch. Is that tough enough for you? With his signature outfit, people will know that he's one who shouldn't be messed with. I honestly love the create a wrestler feature in this game. There are so many potential options for what you can create, and you're free to do whatever you want. If you want to go my route and make a guy who looks identical to what you look like in real life, you can do it. Or if you want to make a 6'4", 300-pound monster of a human, you can do that as well. You can change everything from your face shape to your body attributes, clothing, tattoos, and even leg hair. It made for such a cool experience seeing your own wrestler fighting real wrestlers in the ring. But you can go even further than that and create movesets and ring entrances and all types of crazy stuff to make your guy truly feel like your own. I made Harold to be the best of the best, so of course, he's going to be going a bit outside of his division. With a whopping overall score of 33, he can handle anything. So, I put him up against the 487-pound, 6'9" Viscera. I mean, look at this dude. I can easily take him, especially in a match where tables and chairs are being thrown. Alright, Harold, you can do this. Nice hit, nice hit. Just land like 2 more of those and it's over. Oh my god, he just hit him in the legs and knocked him out. It's okay, man, get up. Get up. Get up. He'll literally chop you in half. You're lucky you still have your lower body. Get up. Honestly, I wonder why they call him the world's largest love machine. I don't really get it. Oh, what's he doing? What is it? Oh no. Oh no. Harold? 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 Okay. I don't... Okay, this wasn't gonna work. Viscera was a bit bigger than me, so I had to use other resources. Alright, Heralds, you guys got this. I have faith in you. I think you can do it. There you go, Harold 3. Ooh! Knocked him right on the ground. Nice elbow to the face. Harold 2 back in with a hit. Flip him over. Come on. You can almost get it. Oh, Harold 3 is back on the ring. Get him, Harold 3. Oh, you missed. Alright, Harold 1 coming in with the kick that didn't do anything. Alright, Harold 2. Oh, Harold 3. Oh no, Harold 1 got hit and knocked. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is going downhill quickly. Come on, Harold 1. Lift him. Lift him. Uh-oh. Harold 3 is back up on the ring. He's gonna go for it. Nice. He easily kind of scraped the back. Oh! Oh! Air kick. The wind knocked him over. Oh my god, did you see that punch? Oh, elbow to the face. Oh, he keeps falling. How is he doing that? Oh, another falling punch. Oh, another one. How is he doing this? What? Oh no, he's bouncing. Oh, he's done. It's over. It's over. Harold 2 is dead. Harold 1 flying kick. Oh, he just hit Harold 2. Come on, Harold 3. It's up to you. Okay, he's leaving. Come on. Go. 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 Oh, nice. Oh, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You got this. He's not even feeling it. Oh my god. I'm going to lose because I can't get up. My character's just laying on the ground. Get up. Get back in. Get back in. Oh my god, we lost. 3 Heralds didn't work either, so I guess it may have been something to do with the fact that he's 5'3" and 100 pounds. He can't fight anymore though because he needs to recover after almost being chopped in half and dealing with this situation. So instead of training, we gotta make him look intimidating. It's time to make him an intro. I learned you gotta look tough to be tough, so we're gonna give Harold the toughest and coolest ring entrance of all time. I changed up a few things here and there and ended up with what is without a doubt the coolest WWE intro of all time.
The Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues. The 20-meter pacer test will begin in 30 seconds. Line up at the start. The running speed starts slowly, but gets faster each minute after you hear this signal.
If he uses this, he can definitely get into the salty spittoon. But for now, we're gonna have to find a different approach. And that different approach will probably take place in Bikini Bottom. Well, it would, but there's a robot attack going on and we need to save the city first. Enter Spongebob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom, one of my absolute favorite and most played games of my childhood. Also developed by THQ, this game is an absolute gem that was released in 2003 in the early PS2 days. It followed the story of everyone's favorite Bikini Bottom residents and their quest to save Bikini Bottom from a group of destructive robots that were created by Plankton. It's a platformer arcade-style game with a lot of charm, a really nice art style, and great gameplay. All of the characters except for a few were voiced by the same voice actors from the show, and it made it really feel like you were living inside of your favorite cartoon. It's kind of a collect-a-thon where you spend a majority of your time collecting random items such as Patrick's socks or steering wheels for boats or golden spatulas, and you have to switch between characters to use their special abilities when needed. For example, SpongeBob can blow special bubbles, Patrick can throw stuff, and Sandy can fly and swing from things with her lasso. You gotta switch between characters strategically where you can overcome the obstacles in front of you and collect golden spatulas to unlock new areas and continue defeating the robots. I started out in SpongeBob's house for the tutorial and ended up going to Jellyfish Fields for the first part of the story. Squidward gets stung by some jellyfish, and I, as SpongeBob, have to go up to the top of the mountain to get some of King Jellyfish's jelly to help treat Squidward. The starting area was pretty easy, and pretty much all the robots could be beaten with simple attacks. I mean, you only start with simple attacks, and more complex ones are learned as you progress, so I didn't really have a choice anyways. The first part was super easy, and as I slowly got closer and closer to the location of King Jellyfish, it started to get harder, and I actually had to plan out what I was doing. All of these little totem things have something inside of them called shiny, and the shiny is like the currency in the game. It can be used to unlock checkpoints and special little events that can be found here and there on the map. I collected pretty much all of these because I didn't know how many would actually be needed to go anywhere, but I ended up having a ton of extras. Once I got to the cave section, I unlocked Patrick and was able to use his throwing ability to get through some of the challenges. The only thing I did get annoyed by though was that if you fell off a part of the map, depending on where you were, you would end up going all the way back to whatever part was underneath you. There were checkpoints, but those only work if you died. The more I think about it though, this is kinda cool. It makes the game more of a challenge. There was also a box teleport system, so if you unlocked both sides of the boxes that corresponded to each other, you would get teleported from one to the other. I always forgot about this though and never really used it, but I'm sure it would come in handy if I actually did use it. But eventually, I got up to King Jellyfish and had the first boss fight of the game. It was cool, and I really enjoyed the way it felt to fight the thing. At first, I didn't realize how you're supposed to kill it. I thought it would electrocute itself to death if it went in the water, but I didn't think about the fact that it's a jellyfish and it's actually already underwater. But I did end up realizing that I just had to hit it. It was a lot simpler than I thought. I ended up getting pretty immersed into this game, even though it wasn't really a game that tried to pull off a lot of immersion. And I think it actually ends up working out better for games. Sometimes forced immersion just makes it a worse experience, and the same goes for realism. Every single one of these games that I revisited were not realistic in any means, and they didn't force-feed mechanics that I didn't want to use down my throat. I think this is something that many modern games lack. Sometimes developers try to make stuff too realistic and too overcomplicated, and it just draws you away from the immersion. As I said earlier, maybe I don't want to have to feed my character and feed my horse and wear clothing that keeps me warm when playing Red Dead 2. Maybe I just want to play the game as Arthur Morgan and carry out my Western adventures. Sometimes the simplicity of a video game is what makes it so great, and it could be refreshing to have a game that actually feels like a game. And that is why I love playing classic, nostalgic games like these. They all have the same vibe. What were your favorite PS2 games? Do you ever feel like some modern games try too hard to be realistic? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Anyways, it was a lot of fun to make this video, and I apologize for it taking so long. Part 1 came out like a year ago, and I finally got around to part 2, but I thought it made for a pretty good video, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.